Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the thrilling developments surrounding Drew Cain's perilous encounter in Port Charles. In the latest buzz from ABC's General Hospital, the week kicking off September 1st promises high-stakes drama. As Drew Cain finds himself in the crosshairs of a deadly attack, viewers are left on the edge of their seats wondering not just who might pull the trigger, but how this pivotal moment could reshape alliances and rivalries in the bustling town. Drew, the ambitious congressman who's no stranger to controversy, has been stirring up trouble left and right, making enemies faster than he can count his political victories. His recent actions have included underhanded deals and personal betrayals that have left a trail of resentment, setting the stage for what could be his most dangerous confrontation yet. As the storyline unfolds, it's clear that Drew's penchant for manipulation has finally caught up with him, turning everyday interactions into potential powder kegs. Anna Devane, the sharp-witted police commissioner with a knack for unraveling mysteries, teams up with Detective Dante Falconeri to sift through the chaos. Their investigation kicks off with a candid exchange that highlights the sheer volume of grudges against Drew. Just how many folks in Port Charles do you figure have it out for Drew Cain? Anna probes, her voice laced with the weight of experience from years on the force. Dante, ever the straight shooter, doesn't mince words. That's one heck of a lengthy roster, he admits, acknowledging the widespread animosity. This back and forth underscores the complexity of the case. As Anna ponders who might rise to the top of this infamous list, the preview teases quick cuts to various faces in town, each with their own simmering motives, painting a vivid picture of a community rife with tension. It's not just about solving a crime, it's about navigating the intricate web of relationships that define Port Charles, where loyalties shift like the tides and old wounds fester beneath the surface. Among the prime suspects flashing across the screen is Ashford-Robinson, the dedicated doctor whose life has been upended by Drew's relentless blackmail. Portia's professional integrity and family bonds have been under siege, forcing her into impossible choices that could shatter her world. Her estranged husband, Curtis Ashford, emerges as another key figure, having openly threatened Drew in heated confrontations that echo through the halls of their shared social circles. Curtis's protective instincts, honed from his own turbulent past, make him a formidable presence, especially when it comes to defending those he loves. Then there's Sonny Corinthos, the powerful mob boss whose empire has clashed with Drew's ambitions time and again, creating a volatile mix of business rivalries and personal vendettas. Sonny's no-nonsense approach to threats means he's always ready to protect his territory, adding layers of intrigue to his potential involvement. The list doesn't stop there, delving into more intimate betrayals that cut deep. Willow Tate, once poised to walk down the aisle with Drew, dramatically abandoned him at the altar, a public humiliation that still stings for both parties. Her decision stemmed from revelations that exposed Drew's true colors, leaving her grappling with trust issues in the aftermath. Nina Reeves, Willow's mother, harbors intense blame toward Drew for sabotaging their fragile reconciliation, viewing him as the architect of her ongoing family strife. Nina's fiery personality and history of bold moves make her a wild card in this scenario, as she navigates her own path of redemption and revenge. Michael Corinthos rounds out this circle of scorn, seething with rage ever since Drew's affair with his wife tore apart his marriage. Michael's deep-seated family loyalties, combined with his business acumen, fuel a hatred that's been building like a storm, ready to unleash at any moment. Beyond these core figures, the ripple effects of Drew's actions have ensnared even more residents in the web of suspicion. Alexis Davis, the resilient lawyer with a sharp legal mind, has issued her own stern warnings to Drew, her words carrying the weight of someone who's battled her way through countless scandals. Carly Spencer, ever the fierce protector of her loved ones, hasn't held back in her confrontations, her history of bold stands making her a force to be reckoned with. Let's not overlook the fallout from Drew's decision to have Stella Henry arrested, an act that sent shockwaves through her close-knit family. Stella's wisdom and community standing only amplify the injustice, while her niece Trina Robinson boils with disdain, her youthful energy channeling into a fierce loyalty that could tip the scales. These additional names expand the suspect pool, illustrating how Drew's overreaching has alienated a broad swath of Port Charles society, from the elite to the everyday heroes. As the tension builds to a crescendo, the preview shifts to what appears to be a serene evening in Drew's home, a stark contrast to the turmoil brewing outside. He lounges with a drink in hand, perhaps reflecting on his conquests or plotting his next move. when suddenly a gunshot shatters the calm. Drew's reaction is visceral. His head snaps back, eyes bulging in shock, mouth agape as the reality hits. This climactic scene leaves audiences gasping, pondering the identity of the assailant lurking in the shadows. Was it a calculated strike from a longtime foe, or a spontaneous act born of desperation? The uncertainty heightens the drama, as emergency responders and concerned allies rush to the scene, their faces etched with a mix of worry and suspicion. The burning question on everyone's mind: will Drew Cain pull through this gunshot wound? Survival in Port Charles is never guaranteed, especially for someone who's burned so many bridges. Medical teams at General Hospital, led by skilled professionals like Portia herself, might find themselves in a moral quandary, balancing duty with personal grievances. Drew's resilience has been tested before, from his military background to his political battles. But this assault could be the ultimate trial. If he emerges from this ordeal, it might force a reckoning, prompting him to reassess his ruthless ways and seek unlikely alliances. Conversely, a tragic outcome could ignite a chain reaction of investigations, revelations, and power shifts that redefine the town's dynamics. Fans are eagerly tuning in to see how this storyline unravels, with each episode promising more twists in the saga of betrayal and survival. Next, we will explore the turbulent storm engulfing Dr. Portia Robinson's marriage to Curtis Ashford in Port Charles. The drama unfolding on ABC's General Hospital has fans gripped by the escalating crisis in Portia and Curtis's relationship, a union once seen as a beacon of resilience now teetering on the brink of total collapse, amid waves of deception and emotional turmoil. In the riveting episode aired on August 28th, Curtis made a dramatic exit from their home following an intense clash, where Portia's web of lies clashed head-on with his unresolved feelings for his former wife, Jordan Ashford. Despite Portia's stern warning that his departure would spell the end of their vows, Curtis chose to walk away, leaving her in a state of utter despair. Seeking refuge from the pain, Portia found herself drawn into the comforting embrace of Dr. Isaiah Gannon, a newcomer whose presence has already stirred up fresh complications in town. Their encounter escalated into a fervent kiss and beyond, an impulsive decision that could irreversibly doom her marriage. Meanwhile, Isaiah's own tensions with Jordan boiled over when he confronted her about her lingering affections for Curtis, effectively slamming the door on any budding romance between them. This tangled web raises the stakes. Is the Ashford-Robinson marriage beyond salvage, or will it evolve into a chaotic four-way romantic entanglement involving jealousy, second chances, and hidden desires? As the storyline delves deeper, viewers can't help but wonder if these fractured hearts will mend or shatter further. Under the weight of past mistakes and new temptations, Portia's entire existence seemed to crumble in an instant as Curtis stormed out, his words cutting deep as he accused her of dragging them both into the shadowy dealings of Drew Cain, whose manipulative plots have poisoned many lives in Port Charles. The resentment bubbling from Portia's previous deceptions only fueled the fire, leaving her feeling utterly isolated and betrayed by the man she fought so hard to build a life with. In her moment of vulnerability, she turned to Isaiah, a skilled surgeon with a mysterious aura that has intrigued the hospital staff since his arrival. Their connection ignited swiftly, as Isaiah gently assisted her in slipping off her wedding ring, a symbolic gesture, heavy with finalitithe air between them crackled with unspoken longing, leading to a night of passion that neither anticipated. This bold step echoes Portia's history of infidelity, reminiscent of her affair with Curtis while married to Marcus Taggart, which concealed the true paternity of their daughter Trina Robinson for years. Now, this fresh betrayal could prove catastrophic, particularly if word reaches Curtis before they've had a chance to formally dissolve their ties, potentially turning a salvageable rift into an irreparable chasm. Adding layers to the intrigue, Isaiah's charm has a subtle edge that some in town find unsettling, hinting at deeper motives that could complicate Portia's path forward. While her role as a respected physician at General Hospital might suffer if rumors of this liaison spread through the corridors, the undercurrents pulling Curtis and Jordan back together add another explosive dimension to this marital meltdown, proving that old flames in Port Charles rarely extinguish completely. Curtis's decision to leave wasn't solely triggered by Portia's fabrications. His enduring connection with Jordan, forged through shared history and mutual respect, played a pivotal role in amplifying the discord. Portia didn't hesitate to call him out on what she perceived as unresolved passion for his ex, a suspicion that gained traction during Jordan's heated exchange with Isaiah. In that confrontation, Isaiah bluntly pointed out Jordan's apparent inability to let go of Curtis, suggesting her heart remains tethered to the past despite her efforts to move on. This revelation could pave the way for a rekindled romance between Curtis and Jordan, especially as he navigates his newfound solitude in the wake of the split. Imagine Curtis, with his background in private investigation and his innate sense of justice, leaning on Jordan's strength as deputy commissioner, their professional synergy blending seamlessly into personal intimacy once more. Fans are buzzing with theories that this spark might not just flicker, but roar back to life, creating ripple effects that entangle everyone involved and make any attempt at reconciliation with Portia feel like navigating a minefield. Speculation is rife among viewers that Curtis might initially withdraw into a shell of isolation, a pattern he's exhibited during previous heartaches, perhaps retreating to quiet spots around Port Charles like the waterfront docks, where he often reflects on life's twists. However, the magnetic pull toward Jordan could disrupt this solitude, fostering moments of vulnerability that reignite their chemistry and complicate the already messy dynamics. If Curtis seeks her out for solace, it might not only fan the flames of old affections, but also provoke a full-blown love quadrangle, with alliances shifting unpredictably. Portia's spontaneous involvement with Isaiah stands as a potential breaking point, one that could erode any remaining trust if discovered, especially by key family members like Trina, whose admiration for her mother might waver in the face of such hypocrisy. Stella Henry, the wise matriarch with her no-nonsense advice and deep family ties, could be devastated to learn of Portia's actions, potentially rallying support for Curtis and further fracturing the familial bonds that once held them together. The repercussions of Portia's choices loom large, threatening to dismantle the fragile trust within her inner circle and beyond. Curtis, already scarred by the layers of secrets Portia has kept from her professional missteps to personal indiscretions, might view this affair as the ultimate betrayal, prompting him to shut down any possibility of forgiveness. Yet, beneath the anger, a flicker of enduring love could persist, perhaps amplified by a heartfelt intervention from Trina, who has her own dreams of a stable family unit amidst her budding art career and relationships in town. Trina's plea might serve as a catalyst, urging her parents to confront their issues head-on rather than succumbing to outside temptations. On the flip side, Isaiah's enigmatic allure, which some describe as bordering on obsessive, might keep Portia ensnared in a cycle of regret and excitement, while Jordan's steady influence continues to test Curtis's resolve. This intricate dance of emotions could either demolish all prospects of healing or, against all odds, lead to unexpected growth and reunions. As the episodes progress, the burning question remains: will this convoluted quadrangle obliterate every chance for Portia and Curtis to rebuild, or can they navigate the chaos to rediscover their path back to each other? The writers have masterfully woven in elements of redemption and consequence, keeping audiences hooked on every revelation. With Portia's impulsive nature clashing against Curtis's guarded heart, and the shadows of Jordan and Isaiah hovering nearby, the future of this couple hangs in the balance. Could a therapy session at General Hospital or a family mediation led by Stella bridge the divide, or will pride and passion push them toward irreversible decisions? Only time will tell in the ever-twisting world of Port Charles. Next, we will delve into the harrowing real-life ordeal faced by Eva LaRue, known for her role as Natalia Ramirez on the show, as she opens up about a terrifying 12-year stalking nightmare. In a riveting revelation that's sending shockwaves through the entertainment world, Eva LaRue, the talented actress who brought depth to characters on soaps like ABC's General Hospital and beyond, has bravely recounted the bone-chilling details of a prolonged stalking experience that haunted her for over a decade. At 58, LaRue shared these gripping insights in an exclusive sneak peek for us weekly ahead of the September R2 episode of the Soapy podcast, where she painted a vivid picture of the fear that gripped her daily life. This isn't just a story from the set, it's a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities celebrities face off-screen. Blending her professional triumphs with personal vulnerabilities, LaRue's journey through this darkness began innocently enough, but escalated into a saga of relentless threats that tested her resilience, her family's safety, and her trust in the system designed to protect them. As she navigated her rising career, including memorable stints on various hit shows, the shadow of this unknown tormentor loomed large, forcing her to adopt extreme measures to shield herself and her loved ones from an invisible danger that felt all too real. LaRue's memories of this period remain etched in her mind like scenes from a thriller she never auditioned for. As she described on the podcast, the sheer terror of receiving letters that outlined grotesque plans by the stalker to infiltrate her world. The fixation was on abducting me and my daughter, holding us in captivity as objects of his twisted desires, with intentions to force pregnancies and commit unspeakable acts of violence, including mutilation and hiding our bodies, she recounted, her voice steady yet laced with the echoes of past dread. This nightmare unfolded during her time starring in the CSI franchise, particularly on CSI Miami, where she portrayed a forensic expert unraveling mysteries with cutting-edge science. Ironically, while her on-screen persona cracked cases in under an hour using advanced DNA techniques and high-tech gadgets, the real-world pursuit of her harasser dragged on endlessly. LaRue, who shares her now 23-year-old daughter Kaya with ex-husband Joe Capuccio, highlighted how these missives could span up to 6 pages, each word dripping with malice that made everyday activities feel like walking through a minefield. The psychological toll was immense, prompting her to second-guess every fan interaction and public appearance, all while maintaining her poise in Hollywood spotlight. Adding to the layers, LaRue reflected on how this experience paralleled the dramatic plotlines she enacted on General Hospital, where characters often grapple with hidden enemies and personal betrayals, making her off-screen battle feel like an extension of her scripted roles. Even years later, LaRue credits a piece of savvy advice from fellow actress Sarah Michelle Gellar for helping her safeguard her privacy in an industry where fame can invite unwanted attention. Gellar, known for her own high-profile career and experiences with public scrutiny, recommended purchasing property through a limited liability company, LLC, to obscure personal addresses from prying eyes. It's far easier to set it up that way than to uproot your life in a panic, LaRue recalled Gellar advising, a tip that proved invaluable as the stalking intensified. By keeping her name detached from her home records, LaRue managed to redirect some of the harasser's efforts toward her manager's office, where the disturbing letters began piling up instead. This strategic move bought her precious time, allowing her to focus on her craft without the constant dread of a direct breach. In the broader context of her life, this period coincided with personal milestones, like Kaya's formative years, where LaRue balanced motherhood with demanding filming schedules, all while harboring the secret fear that their safe haven could be compromised at any moment. It's a testament to her strength that she continued delivering powerful performances, such as her recent portrayal of the multifaceted Natalia on General Hospital, drawing from real emotions to infuse authenticity into her roles. The stalker's persistence took a horrifying turn when he zeroed in on Kaya's high school, a discovery that shattered any illusion of security LaRue had managed to build. One ordinary afternoon, the school received a deceptive call from someone claiming to be Kaya's father, announcing intentions to pick her up, a ruse that set off immediate alarm bells. Since Kaya was already independent enough to drive herself, and her actual father was miles away handling his own affairs, this breach felt like a direct invasion, transforming a place of learning into a potential trap and forcing LaRue to confront the reality that her daughter's everyday routine was now a vulnerability. The incident underscored the stalker's resourcefulness, likely pieced together from public snippets of LaRue's life shared in interviews or social media, highlighting the double-edged sword of celebrity visibility. In Port Charles fashion, where General Hospital characters often face threats to their families, LaRue's story mirrors those tense narratives, but with the added weight of it being her lived truth, amplifying the urgency to protect the innocent amidst escalating dangers. Swift and resolute steps became LaRue's lifeline in the face of this escalating threat, as she sprang into action to ensure her and Kaya's safety without a moment's hesitation. Upon learning of the suspicious call, she rushed to the school to collect her daughter personally, then whisked them away to a discreet hotel under assumed names, all while alerting law enforcement to the potential danger. For 12 long years, I had the same dedicated FBI team on my case, she explained, noting the bittersweet timing of a key agent's promotion just weeks prior, which introduced to fresh investigators to take the reins. These agents, armed with evolving protocols, promised to dive deeper, but the transition added another layer of anxiety to an already fraught situation. LaRue's quick thinking, honed perhaps from her roles in crime-solving dramas, mirrored the decisive actions of her on-screen counterparts, yet in reality, it was fueled by a mother's instinct to shield her child from harm. This chapter also involved coordinating with school officials to bolster security measures, such as enhanced verification processes for pickups, ensuring that Kaya could continue her education without constant fear shadowing her steps. the culmination of LaRue's grueling ordeal, which finally led to the stalker's arrest and conviction after exhaustive investigations, is now being immortalized in a compelling documentary titled My Nightmare Stalker: The Eva LaRue Story. This project peels back the curtain on the raw, unfiltered pain endured by LaRue and Kaya, shedding light on a silent epidemic that affects an estimated 13.5 million people each year in the United States alone. This film uncovers a deeply traumatic slice of our lives, one that's all too common yet often overlooked. LaRue told Deadline back in June when the announcement broke, emphasizing how stalking transcends borders and inflicts lasting scars through violence and mental anguish. She hopes her narrative will ignite conversations about reforming inadequate laws, boosting public awareness, and streamlining the path to justice for victims who often feel voiceless in the system. Set to premiere later this year on Paramount+, the documentary weaves in expert insights from psychologists and law enforcement, exploring the evolution of tracking technologies that eventually turned the tide in her favor, drawing parallels to her General Hospital tenure, where storylines tackle themes of resilience and recovery. LaRue views this as a platform to empower others, transforming her pain into a beacon for change. For anyone grappling with similar distress or crisis, remember that help is just a call or text away. Reach out to 988 or head to 988lifeline.org for immediate, confidential support. Eva LaRue's courage in sharing her story not only humanizes the stars we admire, but also underscores the importance of vigilance and community in combating such threats. Stay connected with us on ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel for more behind-the-scenes insights, cast updates, and exclusive reveals. Have you faced a similar experience, or does Eva's story resonate with you? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest.